purest essence of what makes a business tick is sometimes fleeting. It's not always available to draw on demand. So if you can capture these things on video, you're capturing magic in a bottle. My name is Tyson, and I own New Line Media. I really believe that the keystone to any successful business is the connection that business builds with the people that it serves. Traditionally, these attributes were all achieved through interpersonal communication. It came through authentic connection. Then the arena of the internet introduced a whole range of resources that expanded what businesses were capable of achieving. But the trade-off for these new resources was that authentic connection with the people that we serve. And without that connection factor, businesses become commodities, just a name and a price tag. So the dilemma businesses face today is how to preserve that sense of connection in a digital space. And I believe that the answer to that problem is video. At New Line Media, my goal is to help you take your influence, your passion, your spirit, your essence, and make it available to anyone at any time, no matter where they are. When the power of video is truly harnessed, it can become so much more than just a flashy way to promote yourself. Video can help your business build trust in those you serve or want to serve. It can build familiarity. It provides information and education, and most of all, it can pull your customer into your space for a few moments and give them a taste of what working with you would be like. It provides them with that in-house connection experience, no matter where they are. And that is what I focus on, because it's all about making a connection. So if you're a business owner who's ready to shift gears and unbind yourself using video as the business asset that it should be, then go to my site and submit a request to work with me. If I think I'm going to be the best fit for you, then I will reach out and we will schedule a time to meet.
Welcome to the Business Boys Talkin-Business Virtual Power Lunch. Please welcome your hosts, Tyler Price and Brian Magleby.
We are back.
TP is in the house.
There we go.
TP and BM are in the house.
That kills me.
And we start off the show with that. So.
Yeah. Hey, we got it's hard to see, but CEI's behind us there. Our bodies are in the way.
Out of the way. And there
great
you go.
Great campus, cool things happening, and we'll get talking about that here shortly.
Oh, we got a beautiful green tree there that's on the campus of College of Eastern Idaho. So we're excited for today's show to have Dr. Rick Amon, the president of College of Eastern Idaho. He's going to be here and talk about some exciting things happening at College of Eastern Idaho with some expansion projects that we're all excited about to have here in Eastern Idaho. So excited to have him on the show. Let's talk about last week. Dr. Tyler Burke doing some revolutionary things.
Yeah, really innovative. I always like people that are innovative, and looks like it's working out for him. But when you think of getting physical therapy, you don't think of doing it online. Yeah. But he's got a method.
But you never thought that you would have your Wendy's meal delivered to you 3 years ago either.
Yeah.
So
now
it's at least in our office we have different not Ubers, but
Uber does it. Uber Eats
does it. Yeah, and then you got
the other
DoorDash.
One. DoorDash.
And we have 2 or 3 of those coming in almost every day. It seems like it's great that he's thinking outside the box. So Dr. Tyler Burke, Switchback Direct P, encourage you to look him up. But we couldn't do this weekly show that we have here
about our sponsors.
This blue sky, man.
You like it? It's nice.
The weather turned. We are definitely into fall now.
Yeah, it's gonna snow tomorrow probably.
So it might, just knowing Eastern Idaho. But that beautiful blue sky kind of takes me away there. But let's talk about our sponsor.
Well, we'll start with BBSI. Why not? Right? They
are going to be on the show in 2 weeks.
Yep,
so we are excited to have them on the show. So.
And they believed in us from the very beginning, been with us this whole time. They have a great office facility. If you need trainings, if you need payroll, if you need to hire people, if you need
any kind of business consulting,
HR, consulting, sales, they do it all.
They're just amazing, and we're going to have two of their key people here on the show in 2 weeks. So we're excited about them. Full Pine Marketing, we appreciate Ryan Yost
I say Jose, but yeah.
Jose,
yeah.
Whatever it is. Bullpine Marketing keeps us up to date each and every week on our website. New Line Media, man, they just take care of us here in their studio. So.
Yeah, and Tyson does marketing, video, drone work. I mean, there's automation. There's a lot of stuff that.
If you want to see his work, go to construction.
Construction Channel. What's that called again?
Construction Business TV. Just some of the work he does is just amazing. So
I had some friends saying, "Hey, who do you recommend?" And I said Tyson, and he's doing some work for them.
Yep.
So
absolutely great.
Whatever you have needs for media-wise, this kid will figure it out.
SBDC. We'll talk about some of their classes here in a little bit in the Idaho Innovation Center. If your office needs a place to, your company needs a place to office. We actually have a couple offices available right now.
And you got some exciting things coming we won't talk about quite yet.
We do have some exciting things coming we'll be able to talk about here in a couple months. Yep. So we're excited about that as well. So appreciate the SBDC and the Idaho Innovation Center keeping us going and on the air each and every week. So let's talk about some of the classes that we have. We have our QuickBooks. Man, we filled the room.
Yeah, always do.
Filled the room with the QuickBooks class, and it started last week and continues this week and next. We have it's a great class. It always is. The instructor is just amazing. So next month we have digital online marketing.
Yeah, if you want to get an understanding, or if you want to do it yourself, this is an amazing class run by Ryan Jose and Bullpine Marketing, and he really breaks it down into a solid understanding. I've had employees and people that I've sent to this class, and just does a really great job.
It's every Wednesday in October, starting on the 5th. There's the flyer for it. It's got the dates right there. Class is $149, but I can guarantee you get your value. I put my stamp guarantee on it that if you don't get $149 worth of value on it after the first day, you can get a refund.
Wow.
So that's how important that class is. He goes through all the things about being found on Google, the advertising, spending money on getting customers to your business. Where's the smart way to do it? Is it Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok? What is it that's going to drive people to your business? This class, he'll go through all of those areas that you can bring people, additional customers into your store. So you got to get registered for that class. Pre-registration is required. It starts October 5th, and that's always a very popular class, so get signed up now.
Yeah.
And then we have a sales class coming up in, we'll be talking about it, Systemizing Sales for Success. That's our November class. Excited about that. One of I think the number one business consultant for this area is Jared Oviatt. He teaches that class, and I can tell you that I go to that class and I learn something each and every time. So,
and Jared's with BBSI.
He is very good, one of the great consultants there. So anyway, we're excited for the classes that we have coming up here. President Amy. This is a big. We had him on the show like at the very beginning.
I think so. I don't know that any of us remember that, but he was
via Zoom. He was when he was in lockdown on COVID when we first started the show. One of our first probably 10 guests.
Yeah.
And we had Dr. Amon on at that time via Zoom. One of the 2 or 3 people that we've done via Zoom. But I'll tell you, it's great to have him in person, and excited as heck to talk about some of the projects that he has coming up there with the College of Eastern Idaho. We got a great training at the end talking about how do you keep your employees?
Retention matters.
It does. So a great little training topic. And then you can see we've got some gifts here. Dr. Amon brought a gift bag from College of Eastern Idaho. And I brought my favorite book of the year.
E-Myth?
That's my all-time favorite.
Okay.
But this year's
favorite book
is The Energy Bus.
Okay.
And I read that book going to a racquetball tournament up in Montana, and I'll tell you, that book changed my business for this year. So it's just a rock solid. Every business owner should be watching, listening to that. I listened to it, but I've got the book here we're going to give away. So it's got some great principles in it. So we'll welcome Dr. Rick Amon to this day. We're going to show you just a quick video here of College of Eastern Idaho, and then we'll welcome Dr. Amon.
Yeah, great learning and a lot of fun at the same time.
That video tells a lot about College of Eastern Idaho. I mean, look at all the different trades they had on highlighted on there. You actually have a gaming class that the people are.
We have a esports team.
Wow!
It's the only team that this new college has. We are going slow into bull riding and rodeo and basketball, but we do have an esport.
That is awesome. And I saw that in the video. I was like, wow, you can go to college and learn how to play e-games.
There are people making a lot of money doing that.
Oh, there is.
It is. Yeah. It's scary how much. What an interesting profession.
Yeah. And I haven't seen on any other campus the Frisbee golf deal. We went and did that with the youth in our neighborhood and had a great time on your campus. So that was awesome.
Tyler, I'm glad. I mean, the whole idea of esports and the golf, disc golf, is we're a community college, right? So we want to be receptive to what the community would like.
No, and it's really interesting because I think you guys have done a good job of being able to change and move towards jobs that need to be fulfilled, like nursing being one. I mean, there's a whole list of things that you do, but if we look at nursing, we look at cybersecurity, look at welding. I mean, these are just a few of the things that you guys are able to really move into quickly and put people into high-paying jobs in short periods of time.
You know, thank you, Tyler, for bringing those up, because again, as a new college, we don't have a lot of history the way the other three community colleges have. So we can pick and choose. And every community college takes on the complexion of our region. And of course, Idaho National Lab, the I-15 corridor is energy, innovation, and technology. We've got the FBI here. We live in a unique place, and we, as a two-year college, want to take on kind of the complexion of what those jobs are. Speed to degree is important, and little or no debt.
Yeah. No, and I didn't even mention RadTech or any of the things that are happening at that.
We've had that for
you guys are doing great things out there. So,
good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, well, kind of tell us, give people, before we get in and talk about some of the newer things that are happening, talk about your coming to and how long you've been here and at the College of Eastern Idaho and what brought you here.
Okay, Brian, that's a great question. So in my first career, let's call it that, I was a pilot. So I had flown for the Air Force, have 21 years, search and rescue in Portland in the reserves. I got a PhD from Oregon State in community college leadership, so worked for Portland Community College. The College of Western Idaho was created about 15 years ago. Linda and
Boise?
I, in Boise. Thanks for bringing that up. So we moved 15 years ago to Boise from Portland, and that was a great move. We are Idahoans now. And I was the vice president of instruction for the startup of College of Western Idaho. Did that for a number of years. ITech here in Idaho Falls, the president had retired, and I had kind of retired from CWI, and the state board called. They felt I was leading an unproductive life in Boise. I was just fly fishing and doing nothing worthwhile.
There you go. Yeah.
So they just said, come over to Idaho Falls for a year. Plug the hole for us. We'll get a permanent president, and then you can go back to fly.
Yeah,
that was.
We got fly fishing here too.
I know that. And it's been 6 years. We moved here as ITech, and it took 2 years to get that as a ballot initiative. The voters acknowledged that at a nice level, way more than was needed, and now we've got a fourth community college.
Yeah. That's what a great, we were talking about it before. We have 4 colleges, one over in Boise, one in Twin Falls, College of Southern Idaho. We have College of Eastern Idaho, and then we have up in Northern Idaho College. And that is just a great representation of, you got pretty well the state covered.
Well, we do, and again, each of the 4 of us take on the region that we live in, and we should. The interesting thing is a community college is not a university. So our mission is very different. A university, and again, it is skills-based for the most part, less expensive, a lot of innovation, so we can change far faster than the university can.
So, and tomorrow's kind of a big day, right? Or how do you feel about you got a ribbon cutting? Maybe tell us a little bit about.
So talk to us about this new thing that the College of Eastern Idaho has taken on here.
Well, we were a beautiful building, 32,000 square feet. It was called the BCTC building.
Bonneville County Technology Center. So.
Perfect, that's right. It was created, built by Bonneville County. The commissioners had owned it, and they felt that if they could move it to the college, we would agree that it would always be aimed at skills needed in the region that they would transfer to the college. They have done 9 high bays, concrete floors,
4 labs.
It is exactly the kind of building that we don't have on campus. Aimed at skills, aimed at trades, aimed at apprenticeships. And it's really driven by business and industry. So we're not going to do a lot of credit there. We're going to do those things that the advisory committee would like to see.
Well, and I know you have Case, big heavy machinery that's been dropped off there that they're going to be using, but also allowing us to be able to use it to train people on moving dirt and digging holes, and I mean technical stuff. I mean, it sounds easy to move dirt and dig holes, but there is a science behind that if you're truly going to get things functional, right?
Well, so. we all know, and you're more familiar than most of the changes that are occurring here in Idaho Falls, and there's a lot of building. To build, you've got to clear, you've got to clear ground and put foundations in, and that's a skill set. And Case has been willing to provide equipment for that. So one of the first trainings we're going to be doing would be with heavy equipment.
Good. What other could people expect? We got the grand opening, or not the grand opening, but the ribbon cutting tomorrow. It'll be something that's going to be transitioning over the coming months and years.
It is.
That building, but kind of tell people what other things that people can expect to have from that.
So in that building, and again, it's driven by business and industry, we have got a great group of advisors kind of directing us with what they would like. Welding is always a huge skill. Advanced manufacturing is an important skill. Driving nails, so construction is a very important component in that. HVAC, electrical, plumbing, all of those kind of things that go into the infrastructure of whether commercial or homes. There's got to be a place where you learn how to hold a hammer and how to drive nails, and that's really the purpose of this building. And we really want to attract high school students. There would be, I guess, 3 groups that we would be interested in. First would be high school students that are looking for an initial career. The second would be high school graduates who now need to have skills and move into a career. And then career changers. There are a lot of people who discovered after 5 or 6 years that maybe being the drive-up window of McDonald's is not the career track.
Well, that's we're excited about that building. This building, and you're on the advisory committee, I think, on that.
You are, yeah.
And this building's been my baby for the last 7 years. I've been maintaining and taking care of this building for 7 years, and so it's a tough one for me to let go next week. So.
But we do need you to come over and clean the gutters out real quick, though.
Not going to happen. That's I've shed a lot of tears over losing this building.
He has maintained it perfectly. It's nice and ready to go.
So it is. We're excited to have this transition for workforce development here in the area, and to see that this is going to be progressing and be something that's going to grow over the years, and to see a person of your caliber be able to manage that is exciting.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. And there is a number of opportunities there. So some of this would be business classes. It's just not pounding nails. It could be entrepreneurship. It could be startups. You do a lot of that in the Innovation Center, helping an idea come into reality.
Yeah, in fact, we were pushing for October of one of the bays to actually have some initial classwork going on, and so we'll see if that looks like it'll come to fruition. But then we're just there's not really anything in concrete stone yet, but it's like these are all the possibilities, And we went out and started talking to the industry, and they are just really excited about it, like with a lot of things you've done.
And it is a little bit early for ribbon cutting, but we thought, as you're doing, and I appreciate the shout out today, is to remind the community, remind business and industry that this is possible. An organization, an industry could simply lease, rent space and do internal training. We're absolutely fine with that. We've been talking with the sheriff's department, maybe doing some work with incarcerated youth. Good. Idaho Falls police are interested in it, learning how to clear a building, right? Yeah. So it can be used for a number of things, not purely true.
Yeah, we're excited. The ribbon cutting's tomorrow, and so talk to us about some of the other things you talked about. This futuring thing that you've been doing with College of Eastern Idaho. Talk to us about what I think that is a great word.
I hadn't heard that before.
Yeah. So
okay, well, we're all familiar with strategic planning.
Yep.
So we all know what that is, and usually with strategic planning, you start with where you are, and then you project out in the future. You add 5% to this year, and look at that direction. With futuring, we just jump out in 5 to 7 year increments. What is this region going to look like? What is this region going to need? And then in the realm that we are responsible for, 2-year technical training, we know that health professions are going to be absolutely important. Within that, then, is a lot of health-related technology. So radiologists, for something we don't do. Cybersecurity is immense, and nobody is shocked with, given Idaho National, given the FBI. So what does that look like? What are the skill sets that would be needed for that? There just are a lot of opportunities. Agritech, for example, we may not necessarily train in agriculture, meaning the growing of crops, but certainly in the harvesting and the production of processing of those crops. All of this stuff is advanced technology. I mentioned as we started that I got a chance last week to go over to Micron, and for your viewers that don't know, Micron is part of the CHIPS Act, federal entity. There is almost $15 billion to begin to produce chips in this country. So
that we don't have to buy them from overseas.
So Taiwan should become less important to us. Anyway, lots of jobs that we could train. We have spent a lot of time with online learning, with simulations, all those kind of things. So we want to encourage our Idahoans who live here on the east side to be able to understand how advanced technology works and help in that manufacturing process.
So the beauty of it is, instead of having to figure it out, we can just go right to Micron and say, how do we have our people ready for employment? Because I know people that have been with Intel their whole life,
right?
And they love that company, and they're up there in their little bunny suits, as they call them, and clean rooms doing whatever. I don't even know what they do. They build stuff. They make stuff, right?
Sure.
But that's the beauty of it, is Micron, an Idaho company who's going to be a major player, has been a major player for a long time, can tell us, hey, this is what we need our people to do, and you know, the flexibility of the things you've done is just amazing.
Well, you know, the advantage of Eastern Idaho is power. So power is very affordable. Land is still relatively cheap is not a good term. Let's call it affordable.
Affordable, though, yes.
So again, with that I-15 corridor, this is an interesting place for business and industry to move. There's a lot of good reasons to be here. It's a stable area. People they feel safe and comfortable, unlike other parts of the country. So I think we can train. What we really want to do is keep our youth here. Let's give them as many opportunities.
That's
as
a
we
key
can.
thing right there.
It is
keeping our kids here. I think that's one of the best things that a community college here in Eastern Idaho can do, is to keep that. And if yes, we may lose a few jobs to Boise, but it's okay. It's for Micron. It's I expanded over there for a few years and loved it, and it's a great little area. So, But having a college here that can focus on those kind of trades is absolutely crucial.
Well, I mean, we've all known over COVID that it is possible for some of us to work at some level remotely. And we need a broadband infrastructure in Idaho. That there is money, federal money for that. That if we could get fiber to many homes, then software engineers could move from the Bay Area if that's what we want. Maybe we don't, or
I think at some level, right?
Or move from Washington or someplace, and
they are,
and be able to manage major organizations from their home. So remote work becomes an important element.
Really does. I mean, so you've been in the game for a while, right? Over at CWI, and what has been some of the big changes that now putting you on the spot that you've seen from when you started to present day? Because I just watch you move and shift as needed. So to me, that's a skill set that's been developed or that you've been using for a long period of time. But But what would you say are some of the biggest changes you've seen in your career within the community college space?
You know, there is when we had graduated from high school, the idea of a bachelor's degree was the coin of the realm. If you don't have a bachelor's degree, you're never going to amount. We have seen that get turned on its head, and you look at the micro dirty job kind of philosophy. I think just about everybody he's had on his show are millionaires actually. In real life, we realize that, and we're seeing that there is a lot of move for students to get into that 2-year technical kind of degree. So we've seen a lot of interest in it. Not to say that we still need a lot of bachelor's, master's, PhDs. Research is an important thing that happens here on the East. I guess the point is there is no single answer to that question. What is important to multiple things can be true.
Good. Well, man, what an amazing team you have there at the college. What some great. I just think that you're planning, your future looking, the things that you're doing there are absolutely phenomenal. And kudos to you for being here. I know you only came for 1 year, but we're going to keep you here as long as we possibly can.
Well, thank you.
He's waiting for a replacement, but no one wants to come. So you just keep building it nicer and nicer. Someone will show up.
You know, when the fun, we'll go in as long as the fun
let's keep,
is still present.
It's a good time, right?
Good. Well, is there anything else you want our listening audience to know about College of Eastern?
Sure. So a really important element, and I think a lot of your viewers know about Future Tech. So Future Tech would be a brand new building that we're attempting to build, energy, innovation, technology. We want to build it on campus, almost 90,000, close to 100,000 square feet. It is aimed more at the technical kinds of jobs. So clean energy, this idea of solar, battery, the cybersecurity, innovation, that kind of thing. And we are approaching $43 million is what we need to actually go out and bid this. So I know that a lot of your viewers have been supportive of it. A lot of business and industry has. The state of Idaho has been very supportive in it. So I just like to remind everybody we're moving forward with that.
That's awesome.
If anybody would like to donate toward a very important project, be Future Tech on our campus.
Good. Well, that's an exciting project to be looking forward. And what would that do for Eastern Idaho to have a building of that kind of capability?
I think it almost changes the landscape a little bit in that we now are attracting, not that there is tech in the area.
There is.
But there should really be more when you look at the level of education that we have in our area, the cost of energy, all the things. There really should be probably more tech, right? But it allows for maybe that possibility.
I think you both would say that in order to attract other businesses into the region, you've got to have some level of this training already in place, and the high-tech kind of training that the type of building.
All right, good.
Great.
Well, that's great. Well, end us out with this quote that I thought this was was a key thing, and I see that it fits for you really, really.
Well, I mean, it's a classic Wayne Gretzky quote that you skate to where the puck is going to be, and that's what we're attempting to do with the college. Is where is the puck going to go? What does this region need for economic development? Who are the key players here? Who are the key players we want to attract? And we should build our programs around speed to degree, inexpensive training, and skills and reskilling. So that's when we think about a quote, that's one that always comes.
It is. That's a great quote, and it fits what you're doing at the College of Eastern Idaho really, really well. So, well, thank you, Dr. Amon, for being on the show today. We are excited about the things that are happening with you. I will bring my tissues tomorrow as I give up my baby there with the BCTC building, and I will be shedding a few tears tomorrow at that as I give away the baby, but excited for what the future has for
Good.
it. So,
thank you so much, Brian.
So very good. Well, we're going to transition right into doing some training on employee retention. Now, let me just set this up. This morning I held a class at the Innovation Center, and not enough businesses came to it. I sat there during the whole hour and a half of the training. It was on employee engagement. And man, I learned so many things about what it is that keeps employees at their jobs. So this kind of fits really well into it. What is it? What are some things that you can do to retain your employees? Let's just go through the top things up here. Provide purpose in the workplace. That's you've got to do that. And in this class, we learned about setting the expectations starting on day one of what it is, the benefits of working at your business.
Yeah. Create opportunities for learning and growth. I think that if people can see, hey, there is opportunity here. They care about me. They care about my future. It's not just
about pay, not about benefits. It is. I mean, that's important, but they got to be able to see that they're going to have a place that they can, have an opportunity to grow.
Yep.
Invest in people-centered management. This is crucial. I mean, you can see how the state board went after Dr. Amon and got him over here, and now look at 6 years later. We are the benefits of someone stepping outside the box and doing that, but invest in it.
And the trout are a little bigger over here, too.
The trout are bigger. Yeah, it's true.
But, you should know.
Henry's Lake.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And
don't tell anyone.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
We don't want anybody else to go fishing.
Nobody would know.
Make benefits relevant. I think, anytime that you can, it's not just about pay. Sometimes it's about ownership. I mean, you still have to compensate people. Let's face that. We saw that all through COVID. That pay rates have gone up, but people want to feel that what they're doing is important, and I think that's part of the benefits more than just health insurance and 401ks. Although those again have a place, but just letting people kind of have ownership.
This is where thinking outside the box, I think, really come with 9/11 or with COVID. Is that people are thinking outside the box and they're looking for other things, whether that's medical coverage or anything that people can do, supplemental coverage, things of that, employer-sponsored childcare, transportation assistance. Those kind of things are just really good for keeping your employees around. Now, down here on the bottom, there's some 6 key things of keeping your business, your employees at your business. So strong onboarding, the top left there, strong onboarding. This was great. I had a new employee start last week, and I started thinking, man, was I fully engaged with that employee and getting her on board? And I've got I've already said I'm repenting and going back and going to fix that because I probably didn't do the best on that this week. So
great work environment. I think, obviously that's a key. People want to feel safe. People want to feel like they spend more time at work sometimes than with family.
Yeah.
So we need that be an extension of put the fun in dysfunctional when it comes to family at work.
That's right. I like that.
Exactly.
Rewards and recognition. And we talked about it in this class that this is, it speaks different to every single employee. Some people want to be recognized in front of all their peers. Other people don't want to be put on the spot, depending on their personality. They want just a Post-it put on their desk saying good job is better for them. And some people, I used to just spoil all my employees. I took them to Cancun, to Phoenix. I just do all these things, but that doesn't buy a lot. I mean, it buys a little bit, but not a lot.
Well, and I found that sometimes I'm always trying to get better, and so the focus tends to be on what can we improve versus hey, you're doing a great job. And I recently had this conversation with a couple of my employees because they're actually doing a better job than I was in that position. Right. And when I acknowledged that, you saw their face light up, and versus me saying, okay, we need to do this better, right? Because they're really doing great work. So just stand back and let them keep doing great work. So
it is. Employee engagement, that's what my whole training was on this morning. And we're going to do some more trainings on it next year because I sat there with just a handful of people in the room and thinking of every business that should be here. So we're gonna move it to an online class, and it's going to be, the employee engagement was just so well timed today. Growth opportunities, fair compensation and benefits. All of these put together, if you focus on each and every one of them, will make it so that you keep your employees for a longer time. Man, we talked about that in this class that what it costs to replace employees these days.
It's expensive. And man, you see industry coming to you guys regularly saying, hey, we need people in these positions, and that's you're offering a lot of that training. Right?
We do. Yeah, absolutely. If I could, let me make a point when we interview, and this always, I think, is appreciated by someone who is being interviewed. And we always say, look at, you're interviewing us as well. We want to fit. We don't want to hire the wrong person. So you're interviewing us. What is it you need to know about our work environment that would give you comfort if we offer you the job? So it's a two-way street. Yeah. It's not just us as employers offering a job, making sure that we have a right fit. And we've done a pretty good job with hiring.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I know a lot of the staff and know that that you've done that very, very well. Yeah. So very good. Well, thank you, Dr. Amon, for being here. Yeah. Thank you for your input. We wish you the best in taking my baby away from me. And,
not that you're bitter.
I can't say that.
He'll get over it.
He'll get over that. But all is well. We're excited.
Great things are happening.
Yeah, it's exciting to see what's going to be happening there. So very good. Well, let's talk next week. Man, do we have a giant in the real estate place? I mean, she's an entrepreneur too.
Yeah, Christy Carlquist. She can build a house, like literally.
She literally can do that.
Like she can hit a golf ball a million miles. I mean, I'll never go golfing with her, but she's a great person and just
she's president of the networking group here in town. Yep. She has her own food truck, and it's not the standard food truck. She does it for a lot of benefits. But she does a drink truck. Yep. And man, she's a super entrepreneur. We're excited to have Christy. I mean, you have to be a super entrepreneur if you're going to be president of a networking group.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a great conversation.
So we're excited to have Christy Carlquist with us next week. The following week, we have BBSI, the boss, and one of the newer employees there that's just a giant.
Yeah, he's going to make us look short.
He is. Troy Dane. Troy Dane. We're excited to have Troy on the show with Jeremy Hicks as well. So we're got some exciting shows coming up in the next coming weeks. So keep tuning in to Talkin-Business.
Are you going to give these things away or just keep them?
Let's do that. Yeah. So let's talk about what's a question we could ask of Dr. Amon?
About him specifically, or
we could do that.
Yeah. What activity?
What college was he at before he came to here in Eastern Idaho?
Okay.
So text me, put my phone number up there, okay? You will get this gift basket from College of Eastern Idaho and the Energy Bus book. It might be first place and second place because my phone usually lights up with these. So we'll give away 2 different gifts that we picked up at the Idaho Innovation Center. So what college was Dr. Amon at before coming to here at Eastern Idaho? College of Eastern Idaho, that might be a little secret where he's at now.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but appreciate you being here. We've got this great video that we're going to show about that talks about retaining your employees. and then an ad talking about BBSI. So that'll end the show today. Watch those, and we'll see everybody next week.
There we go.
Give us a thumbs up, Dr. Amon.
All
That's how we end every show. Thumbs up.
Creating a highly engaged workplace begins with having effective employee retention strategies. Employee retention is the organization's goal to keep talented and skilled employees and retain them. So, what can you do to keep your employees happy and avoid job hopping? Here are the top 10 employee retention strategies. Number 1. Hiring the right people. 80% of employee turnover is due to bad hiring decision. Hiring the right people can decrease employee turnover to a large extent and help in employee retention. Number 2. Shaping their growth and development. Helping employees achieve their short-term and long-term goals is one of the most crucial employee retention strategies. Therefore, designing in-house training programs for employees can advance their professional development. Number 3. Providing out-of-the-box benefits. 50% of adults would leave their job for better benefits. Catering to the needs of your employees is important. Employees favor benefits like financial incentives, retirement saving plans, sabbaticals, incentive stock options, life insurance, etc. Number 4. Appreciating your employees. Appreciating your employees for their efforts and achievement goes a long way. Thank you notes, social recognition programs motivate and encourage an employee to contribute and excel. Number 5. Maintaining work and life balance. 11% of workers have refused a new job due to a lack of good work-life balance. To take the pressure off employees, share the workload, allow work from home, and practice flex time. Number 6. Providing monetary benefits. One of the major reasons that make employees quit is the lack of compensation, and hiring someone new can be quite costly. To avoid this, you can give a fair and just appraisal to every deserving candidate. A salary hike is another way to retain top performers. Number 7. Practicing a feedback culture. Regular feedback can reduce employee turnover. Feedbacks make it easier for employees to understand and track their goals and responsibilities. Number 8. Conducting exit interviews. Conducting exit interviews just before an employee is about to leave is very crucial. An exit interview is asking a departing employee about his experience at the company. This process can help throw lights into things like toxic management and departmental conflicts. Number 9. Building health and wellness programs. 60% of companies offer wellness programs to stay competitive when attracting and retaining employees. Having a comprehensive health plan which takes care of the overall wellness of your employees is important. Providing health insurance is another great way to take care of their wellness. And number 10. Providing leadership opportunities. Many employees feel they are capable of contributing more. Assigning them with the right task, opportunities, and responsibilities can increase employee satisfaction and hence help in retention.